We gonna start the show. It's about to start this show. We got to start the show. We here for you. Come on. Let's start the show. It's about to start the show. Get ready for the show. Let's go.
Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to jojoSPEAKS. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. A special shout out to all of our viewers. We thank you so much for coming in and joining us for tonight's Hot Topics and Social Commentary discussion. A couple things I want you guys to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red button and subscribe. It is free and easy to do. Just takes less than half a second, so just click that thing and keep it rolling. Also, be sure to give us a thumbs up on this video. We want to see a couple for this video. Also, be sure to leave us a comment. Let us know your opinions on the topics that we're discussing this evening. And also leave us some comments on what you'd like to hear us discuss in the future, maybe. Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, share jojoSPEAKS with all your friends, all your loved ones, everyone that you know. Biz jojoSPEAKS out here on these streets. I got my co-hosts back. You saw them earlier, but they'll come back again. Jennifer, Tyrone, and Mike, what's going on, y'all?
Hello.
Hey.
Yes, we are here. First thing I want to get out the way. I'm sure all of you remember the shooting that happened in Buffalo, New York, at the Tops grocery store. So the gunman, Payton Gendron, he has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. He also has some federal charges against him, federal hate crime charges, which could give him the death penalty. I'm the type in where I do agree with the death penalty. However, I believe that life in prison without parole is a worse sentence because someone has to live their life in prison, be literally the rest of the life in prison. Although the death penalty, you don't get out of prison, but I feel like that's an easier way out. But that's still a good punishment in my opinion. But there were some family members that gave victim impact statements. One of the brothers of the victim, he actually lunged at the culprit. Thankfully, there was plenty. When I say plenty, I mean plenty of security that was guarding the young man. It looks like someone from the prosecution actually was holding the brother back as well. That got up and held the brother back. But of course, we've seen that plenty of times in courtrooms with outbursts and whatnot. But thankfully, justice has been served in that particular case. Any thoughts on that case before we get to the Super Bowl, y'all?
I'm just happy that they didn't have to wait so long. I mean, it was long enough, but they didn't have to wait years until they find justice. So, seems like the court system may be doing a tad bit better finally. So, I mean, rest in peace to all those victims because I know it's hard, and I don't want to ramble on, but I just hate that this has happened. I don't like hate crimes. I don't like crimes, period. But I'm glad he's getting life in jail, regardless if it's a death penalty or life. I'm glad he's free from the streets.
Amen.
Right, and he's 18. Like he's going to spend like almost his entire life in prison. But he brought it on himself.
As he should.
Right, exactly.
He should. I certainly agree with Mike when it comes to, especially, there's a whole video. He made sure to record himself.
Right.
Record himself sparing a Caucasian man as he was, in fear of his life about to be lost. And he just said, "I'm sorry, man," and just kept it pushing, really just showing what he's trying to do, which is trying to annihilate the African Americans in the store. He did his research and went to where he thought that it'll be most densely populated with African Americans, and he did his best to eradicate us. So he is getting what he deserves. God bless him and all his endeavors in prison or on the death row, whatever he gets in the future. But I feel for the families.
The nerve for him to stand up and apologize to everybody as if you really meant it. And I'm glad that sister of one of the victims spoke because she was not holding nothing back from how she felt.
No, not at all.
She even said that she wished that she could come over there and strangle the shit out of him.
Yes.
Right.
and I think her brother also is the one who was charged. I don't know, but
yes,
it was her brother.
Okay. So yes, and you can tell that he got up early because people was looking at him constantly. They kept moving his head, but I think he already knew what he was about to do because he stood there for a while before he charged at him. But I wonder what happens to people who charge at. I mean, it's just that urge of what. Go ahead.
So what happens? Usually they get charged with contempt of court, or criminal contempt. In these heavy situations like this, usually they might get put away just to hold them back for a little bit of time, but they never really.
I mean, they shouldn't because you should understand
because they do. And to be honest, there's a lot of times when the pressure and the heat is set that high, they don't even charge them. They just say, just get out. You can't stay in here. The emotions are too high. So yeah, they do take it easy because the emotions are certainly there. You killed my sister. You killed my mother. You killed a pillar in the community, and you did it on purpose. Like it wasn't even an accident. You're making sure you're killing these African American people from the community. And what is really hurtful, like I know of people that live in that area, and I could see the fear in their faces, trying to figure out, because that's the store that they be going to. I know that store because when I visit, I'll be going to that store. It's like it's really difficult to try to grasp the pain that people would be going through with this youngin that don't know nothing about nothing decided.
We live in a time, because even if I go out to a gay club now, I always have in the back of my mind what if somebody comes in here and just starts shooting, because it's happened so many times now, and you don't know what to expect. You can't just go out and have fun anymore, because you can still have fun, but you have that fear in the back of your mind. You can't. The world we live in right now is crazy. You have to be so aware of your surroundings. You got to understand where all the exits is. Is there only one way out? And then, as we've seen, and it's so unfortunate, it's pointless to run into the bathroom because they're going to automatically come in there. Right. It's like, and there's nowhere to go after that.
Where do you go?
Exactly.
So yes, this is just only adding to the concern.
Yeah.
So God bless the ones that have gone to glory by that man's hand, and I pray God's mercy on him.
Right, exactly. And going back to those family members who kind of get into their feelings and attack those defendants that murder their family members, a lot of times those contempt charges are dropped, or if they go to jail, they're let out in the same day. So judges they're understanding when it comes to those types of cases. Tyrone, did you have any thoughts on this case before we move on to the Super Bowl?
Not really. I am just happy that this justice system has taken care of this speedily.
Right, and
like I would say.
Right, and with it happening so fast, I'm assuming that he pled guilty. I didn't hear that he pled, but I'm going to assume that he pled guilty. I didn't hear any type of verdict or anything like that. So that's probably why this has happened so fast. But anyways,
also I think that's because he recorded himself doing it. I mean,
I think he did.
It's like there's no way we can get around that. It happened. You did it. It was live. It was you. So.
Right. Exactly. So on to the Super Bowl, which took place this past Sunday. It happened in Arizona at the State Farm Stadium. First of all, we have to get the initial performances out of the way. I didn't get the name of the man who sang the national anthem. I think his first name is Chris. He's a country singer.
Ooh,
I don't know if y'all saw that one, but that was an amazing performance.
When I
was talking about it with Regina, I told her that man got some soul in his body. Like that man got soul, honey. I mean, he sang that thing. What did y'all think about his performance? National anthem. Regina actually put it above Whitney. Now, I ain't going to give him all that now. Like he wasn't all of that, but I was definitely moved by that. What did y'all think about his rendition?
I'm a fan of Chris Stapleton because of that song "Smooth." well, whatever the song called.
Tennessee Whiskey.
Tennessee Whiskey. I love that song. And that's him singing it. And I knew that he's to me like a Michael McDonald, that soulful voice. So I knew that he was going to kill it when I heard he was doing it, or when I heard he did it. So and he did a good thing. He's soul. A white man who has soul is always a plus in my book. So he did a good. I have no issues. Now, Regina, I wouldn't put it above Whitney now, but
no, I wouldn't either.
Okay,
no,
but,
that's going a little bit too far now.
Yes, I would say he's top 5. I would put him that way.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Whitney and Chris, like, that's apples and oranges. That's two different species right there.
Yeah.
But
I think the worst one was Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
Remember that long rendition?
Let me tell you something. I saw a little bit of that actually today. And the caption was how sweetly she sang it, so sweet, and she was literally yelling
with her hat on.
It was ridiculous. But anywho, we saw it at Dave and Buster's on huge screens, and we can, hear and see everything.
Oh yeah.
I heard every run.
Oh, excuse me.
I taught the Holy Ghost just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
He sang that thing, and it just made me want to hear it again, because his voice sounded so beautiful. And I agree with that football player that cried. He deserved those tears, because he sang that song, and it felt. Here's another point. It didn't feel like it was just for the white Americans.
Right.
It felt like it was for all of us, even though it was being sung by a white man. And
well, he sings like that all the time.
I know that. Yeah, I know that that is his singing voice and everything. But when you deliver it on such a platform such as that, that's just another thing that shows this is all of our land. And I'm not going to bring up anything else. I'm going to do these comments really quick. Because I'm about to say more stuff. Erin says, "Hi everyone."
Hi Erin.
She said this at 8:58.
Welcome. Early bird.
Hey Regina.
Getting the worm. Regina says, "Hi y'all." Hi.
Hey Regina.
And of course, Erin says hello to Regina, and vice versa. And Regina says, "Satan wants us to live in fear, but the Bible says."
No fear.
Not.
Fear not.
Absolutely. Right. And Regina also says, "Yep, above Whitney." Hush, Bobby. Yeah, man. Him singing that, it just made us want to come together.
So good.
Just like if war came to this country, I really feel like we will all say we all have our differences. We all, sometimes come against each other, but when it comes to this fight, we're going to fight for America.
Okay. This land is your land. This land is my land. Okay.
From California
to the U.S. New York. Ooh, no.
To the New York Islands. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
The Redwood Forest to Gulf Stream waters.
This land was made for you and me.
You and me.
Not you and I, but you and me.
Honey. Tyrone, what did you think of Chris's vocal stylings, honey?
Oh man, it was buttery smooth.
Absolutely.
It was like sitting up there with a cigar, with some nice brown cognac.
And his mouth didn't even move, child. He was singing.
Barely.
And
barely gave any volume. Like he just gave it subtly. It was beautiful.
And a fresh skillet of cornbread with some butter on top.
That's what it felt like to you.
That's what it felt like to me.
Amen. As I was eating fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah.
It was good.
So good.
Right.
To D.
And
I always call her acting name,
Mama D.
But not Mama D, but D from Moesha.
Moesha
Shirley
Mama.
Ralph.
Shirley, yes.
Yes.
She goes
Shirley Ralph, she did perform Lift Every Voice and Sing, and Babyface performed God Bless America. Now, Babyface did a really slower version of God Bless America. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as I wanted to, but he still, of course, sounded wonderful. And Shirley Ralph, even though she was lip syncing, that's okay. It's completely fine.
You think it was lip syncing?
To me, it seemed like she was, because her mouth kind of missed like
But you gotta
two
think about
spots.
it. She's in a stadium.
Stadium delayed, but
It's always going to be delayed.
So
So that's why I always.
Nobody might open that wide.
Not on purpose.
But she sounded good regardless, and I loved her dress, like her red dress with the blue accents on the top, and that hair. Like she just looked gorgeous. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed her performance.
She looked good. I don't want to say I enjoyed the performance. I didn't hate the performance, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed the performance. Yeah. You can just tell she's very theatrical. Yes. I know she's from the theater, and it gave theater. Yes, it gave big and open, and everybody here. I'm here. Right. It just felt extra, very extra. And then the ending was, oh my god,
it was a bit much for me.
It was a bit much for me. So, but not saying she didn't sound bad. It just was very theater-like.
Yeah, because she's from the theater.
Yeah, she is.
That is she.
But it would never top Mary from last year. Cause I think they did it so well last year. I don't think it would top it, but she did sound good, and she definitely looked good. And this is her year. She's been winning everything and performing everywhere and coming out everywhere. So
God bless her.
Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Okay, kudos.
Oh, whatever.
Get your flowers, Gary.
And also, I do want to make sure I point out that as the ceremonies or the goings on for the Super Bowl week started, they actually paid homage to the Indians in the area because the actual stadium is on Indian grounds. So
that's good.
Yeah, they had them out there, and that's why y'all saw the patterns that you saw around the actual I ain't paying attention to it. It's okay. Around the Super Bowl number or whatever is
okay.
Native American.
The TV didn't actually come on my house until probably 3 minutes till halftime, and then after halftime, I turned it back off and went to the bar.
Sounds about right. But I appreciate that. I enjoyed Babyface. Babyface, of course, sounded like himself. I enjoyed how his hair wasn't like really black, but it was like still black but no gray. Like it was really nice. And I enjoyed his performance. It was very cute. Aaron says, I love when everyone sings.
Well, I don't know about that. I love when certain people sing.
I think she was talking about us. We were singing This Is You and Me.
Low moment for me.
Okay. Regina says that's the song. Cheryl did a Milli Vanilli. No, that was her voice. That was
singing.
Oh yeah, because Milli Vanilli. Now that wasn't even their voice.
That wasn't even them singing.
Yeah. Okay, girl, you know it. They don't even look like they sound.
Girl,
like that.
You know it's true. Yeah,
they don't even look like they sound like that.
They had no too.
Regina says jazz fingers theater.
Yes, very theatrical, very.
Right.
So
let's move on to the main event, Miss Rihanna. Now, I will have to say, going into this, my expectations weren't necessarily that high. And that's because Rihanna isn't known as a performer per se. I knew I was going to enjoy the songs. I knew I was going to enjoy the set list, in which I did for the most part. I will say the only thing that I didn't like is the fact that she sang 2 songs that she was only featured on, Live Your Life. I think she did that song as well as We Run This Town. And like, although those were big hits, I only wanted to hear Rihanna's songs. She's got plenty of them on her own as it is. But I still enjoyed the performance. I loved the platforms in midair. I thought that was amazing. I actually saw them moving as they were dancing. I was like, no, that couldn't be me. I loved the wardrobe of the dancers with the crop tops and the hoodies. I love that all the dancers, a majority of the dancers looked like they were Black, although I did see some white skin. I saw that a majority of them looked like they were Black, so I loved that. And I also loved Rihanna's look, the all red. I didn't actually realize that she was pregnant until Tyrone sent that message in the chat, because I was just paying attention to her face. I wasn't paying attention to her stomach, but But yeah, I thought she did really good. In the middle, it seemed like she got a little bit tired, like just a little bit. But that's understandable if you're pregnant. So, I thought she did good. She had the backing vocals. I think that she should do that a little bit more often, because I typically don't hear her using backing vocals. But she did that thing. I enjoyed it. Now, as far as let's just get you guys' opinion. What are your thoughts on her performance?
Well, I got chewed up and through on Facebook.
Yeah. I know.
For Rihanna. I mean, people were going off on me, child, because when I was watching it, my first question was like, is she pregnant? Or she just didn't lose her baby weight, which is not, it was just fine, not going off on her pregnancy or her pregnancy weight. I just didn't know if she was pregnant or was she not lose her baby weight for the first baby. But anywho, I think Rihanna did look good. Her makeup was gorgeous. That red lip was popping. The set, I don't know the concept of the set, but it was cute. I was really scared for the dancers dancing so hard on those risers because they was shaking, like Jonathan said. All the songs, I think she sounded good. The songs was good. I just felt, me personally, that it was no energy behind her performance. I have seen Rihanna perform, and I don't think she's a performer she's not a performer, but I have seen her give more effort to me, like arms, no fingers. I felt like she was just up there it felt like a rehearsal for performance for me. But because I said it on Facebook, everybody thought I was talking about why are you judging somebody pregnant? She's pregnant. I mean, pregnant people can't perform. Like, I'm not judging her pregnancy, I'm judging her performance. If it felt like you gave no energy, I saw Rihanna sit down before and gave more energy than she did this weekend. I just felt like it was no energy. My opinion, did I like the songs? Yes. Did I think she looked good? Yes. Congratulations on the pregnancy. I mean, I'm all for it. I just felt like it was no energy from what I'm used to, accustomed to from Rihanna. I was expecting that because nobody has ever seen a Rihanna performance and been like, oh, that was boring. Mom said she can't hold a note or something, but we never said, oh, that was a boring performance. I never said it. I think she's a good performer. But this time, I just felt like it was no energy. I found myself, me and my friends was watching it together. And, usually when people perform live, we were like in it, getting it. We were just like sitting there like, what's going on? Yeah. It just didn't give me that extra goosebump. I don't know. It didn't give me Chris Stapleton, okay?
Okay.
I would agree wholeheartedly with what you said. That's why I said it seemed like she was a little tired because it didn't like her energy was definitely not up for that performance.
And it could have been pregnancy. Maybe she was nervous that everybody's gonna find out she's pregnant again after 9 months of giving birth the last time. But I mean, I don't know. People do it, girl. We fine with you. You can afford them babies. If you want to have 18 babies at one time, that's fine. But I just didn't think it gave energy to me. It was a boring performance.
Well, here's something that I can at least add to the conversation. When you are with child, right? The child is literally sucking the life force from you as you are pregnant. If we try to base this particular performance on all of her other performances, it will be handicapped simply because we have not seen her perform pregnant before. Right. So that is a problem.
That's true.
One thing that we can look at, let's look together. When Beyonce was pregnant with her twins, and she was performing on the Grammys, she did just one slow song.
Yes.
And even there, you can still see that them two babies was pressing upon her larynx, her lungs, her diaphragm.
But yes, with twins. But don't forget the first one now, because she did a whole show with that first one.
But how pregnant was she in that first show?
She was showing.
Because
she was barely showing.
She was barely
showing. She had like 3 months. Rihanna about to be like 3 months. She just had a baby.
Child.
Rihanna was showing a lot more than Beyonce was.
Thank you.
Rihanna just had a baby not even a year ago. She probably still haven't lost her baby weight. I think they're probably on the same size. Cardi B has performed big and pretty at the place where she was twerking and all that. I don't want to compare pregnancies because I got on to me about that too. Comparing pregnancies. I'm not a woman. I don't want to compare pregnancies, but
Because every woman has different pregnancies, and every pregnancy from one woman can be different.
Right.
So as a viewer, I can't have an opinion because you're pregnant.
No, that's not the case. As a viewer, and I think what makes
a whack performance because you're pregnant.
What makes it even worse is that you're a man and don't really know what goes into pregnancy, the things that women experience during pregnancy. Not saying that that's a bad thing. You just simply don't know. So
I have to accept a whack performance in my eyes because she's pregnant. Because I don't understand what she has going in pregnancy, what pregnancy is, and I can't.
You can call it whack all day, but
I have to accept it because she was pregnant.
There's an actual reason. You don't have to accept nothing, Mike.
What am I saying? I can't.
Mike, I think what Jennifer is trying to say is she's just asking you to cut the girl some slack. Like, just cut her a little bit of slack.
She was cute.
And oh gosh. And then think about it like this as well. What makes you there's no way she would have known that she would have been getting pregnant, right? In that space.
I never blamed it because she did send the magazine. She didn't even know she was pregnant at the time she took that magazine. I'm not blaming her for getting knocked up. I'm not saying any of that. Look, it's gonna be my opinion. I'm not gonna change. I said what I said, and the reason
why I said that though is because there's a lot of people that says you should have just said no. Like, child, she said yes after she was finished having a baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't know she'd be pregnant by the time she's going to be
performing. Responsible artists will probably use birth control because they have a big event going on. I'm just saying. I mean, I know.
But also, you can also think. Yeah. You can also think about this as well. For all we know, she might have had trouble having babies, and she wants to keep every child that comes through her fallopian tubes. You want to keep every single one. So that's another thing. But this is why I personally give her everything, and that's why a lot of women are doing the same. Yeah.
I said what I said, and look, I'm not negating that she was pregnant. You guys,
it seems like
I'm not negating that she's pregnant. I'm just going by me personally, being a man. I guess I'm going by what I seen. I mean, she could have sat down and gave more. I feel like energy wise, she could have been sent down and gave me more. It's like she didn't want to be there, but it could be because she was tired, and I don't know what babies does to the body, so I'm not speaking on that. But it's damn if you do, damn if you're not. Women can have all the opinions about men.
Now, what opinion have? Okay, we
no.
can't.
That's another topic for another day, girl. We're gonna go over because
Do you have words before I continue?
I don't know if I want to.
If you agree with me, blank Tyrone.
Y'all
say what you gotta say.
Distance, okay? I'm right here. She mean with that backhand now.
I don't think she'll raise her hand at you, Tyrone, if you just tell what you want to say.
For me, man, with the camera, as soon as that camera zoomed it, I said, that girl pregnant. I know daggone well she ain't come to the Super Bowl pregnant.
There was a couple of other tables behind me. I said, girl, is she pregnant? Does she look pregnant to you? She's like, I think she's pregnant. No, well, she just had a baby. But her stomach was a little bit too round.
Right.
I can see right through
and
that.
It's a little bit too much protruding. And the thing that got me was the way that belt was on her.
Exactly.
The belt wasn't on the baby. It wasn't on her waist. It was under the baby. Mm-hmm. So that's how I knew, like, she's not just pregnant, but she's pregnant. It's like not like a little bit of pregnant. She's more like, because
that can't be that much pregnant. 9 months.
No, she has got to be. She got to be like
3 months.
5 months. She looks like she's about 4 or 5 months.
Like 4 or 5.
The baby's only 9 months this month right here. She can't be 5 months.
Do you know that you can have a baby right after you have a baby?
Well, clearly.
One after another. That's Venus and Serena are almost a year apart. Almost.
Right after.
Look, I'm not saying she can't be. I'm just saying I'm just surprised that it's so. Usually you don't see superstars that fast.
Look, her son was born in May. Okay.
Well, she got to be delivering. Well, she clearly didn't.
June, July, August, September, October, November. December, January, February.
Including ASAP couldn't hold back either.
Like,
Okay.
I said,
but you know what?
ASAP, you couldn't.
But even with that, that's still he could have waited the 6 weeks and still knocked her up right afterwards.
Right after.
Right.
And it still would have made sense for the Super Bowl.
Because, like,
Mhm.
look, I was having this discussion even with my mother. I was like, look, she probably got pregnant around September, October.
Mm-hmm.
When she started announcing that, hey, you know, we saw the photo with the football in her hand, and we're like, oh, Rihanna.
Well, she was just at a performance where she had like a small shirt on. She wasn't showing it all, so I thought she wasn't. But then maybe butts pop up when they want to pop up. You know, you don't have to control with that.
She didn't even know. That's what it sounded like.
This is my other thing about her performance. Up on these platforms, she feared for her life and the baby life.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't gonna be doing all that. Even with a tether behind her back.
I was even thinking about the walking from stage to stage. I was like, she just feel like she's not.
You can fall down
it didn't feel like she was a girl. I'll get there when I get there. That's how I felt.
Look,
I didn't expect her to do any dancing on those platforms because I wouldn't want her to do no dancing on those platforms. But when she was on the stage, you know, she was just kind of walking around. She did like a little two-step here and there, but
I once I realized, oh, Rihanna's pregnant,
and how low that belt was,
and how low that belt was. Okay, she not gonna give us.
She ain't gonna do it.
But she started running after the performance to the back.
She probably had to go pee.
You better tell the truth.
I'm a uncle. Look here. Let me make you some sense. I'm an uncle.
What was it? Was it 8 babies?
Of 9.
9, yes.
My sister has had 9.
That one sister.
9.
Well, Rihanna, I'm gonna give you a great child today. But next time you perform, if you're not pregnant, you better give it to me, okay, girl?
Right.
I believe that day's coming.
I believe everybody.
Well, ain't no time soon because with 2 kids, you got to be tired.
The new album coming after this baby.
2 kids on the 2.
Surprise!
Ain't no album. Y'all ain't get no album soon.
Look, I was laughing.
Don't do that.
I was laughing at everybody was talking about. She bringing a special guest. I said, what special guest you gonna have?
Baby number 2. That's the special guest.
As soon as I came here, I said, Rihanna. I know this ain't your special guest.
But to be honest, I love how that's the best announcement, and also she made history, the first main performer to perform pregnant on the Super Bowl.
Well, that's allegedly. We don't know now, but
allegedly, I agree with that. Allegedly. The Juice Radio and Talk Show says, I knew she was pregnant from the first appearance.
She looked big and but she didn't look big, but she looked like that. It didn't look like baby weight. It looked like it was big and poked out.
Right.
So round.
And my thing is, as a celebrity, I'm not being mean celebrity, but celebrities, women celebrities, if they can always cover a baby bump whenever they want to. She clearly did. She was telling everybody no.
She had a bodysuit.
She could not.
She had a bodysuit on that was form fitting and was.
And Rihanna likes to show skin, and she didn't show not one bit of it.
Not
exactly.
Not 1 inch.
Dead giveaway.
Aaron says my favorite was the red jacket, the tribute to Andre Talley.
Yes.
Talley. And I thought that was really awesome. I don't believe not enough people give him his flowers.
No.
I think that was really awesome. And that's actually the first thing I said when I saw it, like, oh my gosh, Andre, I bet it might even be one of his because they recently had his estate auction for all of his goodies. Regina says, yes, Aaron, I absolutely loved the coat. It was awesome.
It was
really awesome. I loved it. Regina says,
that could be also, Regina.
I didn't think she had much energy in it either, but I was glad that she and the baby showed up and performed. And I do agree with that. I do agree with you, Mike. It's just that, I just feel like she needs at least a small layer of grace.
I will give her grace.
Even on the vocals, too. Because
I will give her grace because the ladies have ate me up in the chat. Okay, they have told me that I'm to shut up because I'm not pregnant, never will be. And I said I'm not speaking about pregnancy,
wouldn't
but
say
you
it
know,
like that.
they would let me have it. I
I'm
guess
gonna tell you right now,
I wasn't the only
Riri
one.
fans is just
I
bad.
wasn't the only one who was saying things about Rihanna. It was a lot of people who feel like the performance was weak and not giving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not the only one.
But you know, it's like, well, me being a B stan, and then people started coming from me like, well, she's not Beyonce. I didn't even compare her to Beyonce.
I agree. You
Let's not
never
do that.
did. You did.
I never did. I said, I'm not comparing her to Beyonce. Well, I just know what you. No, you're comparing her to Beyonce. Are you thinking you're thinking I'm comparing her to Beyonce? I know Beyonce's not in. Rihanna's not in Beyonce's league. I'm not ever gonna compare her to Beyonce.
It's just two different. It's
two different. Yes, but
right, because there's no comparison.
There's no comparison. But I'm just saying, I like Rihanna. I don't dislike Rihanna. That album "Loud" was one of my. I can play that now. I think Rihanna all her problems. I just felt like from being, I would say I'm the Navy, but I'm a fan of Rihanna, and I just feel like I have seen her perform since Pondy Replay or whatever, the Pondy Replay. And I feel like this is the performance where, and maybe I should be more smarter than thinking, but maybe also other performances are okay. Maybe this one time she's pregnant and she never performed pregnant. I just gave her grace.
I think another thing we can put onto it is that we haven't seen her perform in
so long. Yes,
and we were really ready to see something. But it's like when I saw that she was pregnant, I was like, "Oh, I'm just going to hear my songs," and I enjoyed my song.
I was so excited for her to be perform. I thought it was going. I didn't even care for the set too much, but
I agree.
I agree.
The monochromatic, just I
didn't get it.
I just knew it wasn't going to be a whole lot, and that's just being truthful. But if you love her songs, she had a great set, and for her to have other people come out, I'm not sure how that would have worked out or looked, because if you think about the songs that she sang that involve other people, T.I., he's a little bit too problematic at the moment. We can't have that. And Jay-Z and Kanye. Wait, was it Jay-Z and Kanye?
Yes, Jay-Z and Kanye.
Kanye, who knows where he is? And Jay-Z, he was there, but
even Justin Timberlake.
Oh, we ain't got no time for Justin Timberlake out there. Anyway,
the only one that I could assume that would come out
other Super Bowl stages
would have been Eminem, but
that would have been it would have been too much for him to come out and not have anybody else come out though.
Yeah,
exactly. So I believe they did what they can do.
No, I believe and I'm not. Even with Beyonce, you guys, I'll probably never even say this out loud, but I'm gonna say it today, just so you know that I'm not a hypocrite.
He isn't.
Beyonce, when she was at one point performing all the time and doing the same choreography every performance, it got boring. And I did tweet that, but she did change it up. Following after Blue Ivy, she did change it up. So I'm just saying, I do give my opinion about all performers, even Beyonce. If it's boring, I'm gonna say it's boring.
Yeah, because it was one point where everything was a little bit too rehearsed.
Okay, I said that. I got it.
Right. So
Aaron says, "Good point, Jennifer." Gonna say that. Oops, Jennifer went there to Mike.
But at least she explained it in a way I can possibly understand.
Because I know that plenty of people just would have said, "Oh, you don't know nothing," and just left it there. It's like, I'd rather just do my best to try to educate as much as possible, because I know that people don't be knowing sometimes. It's okay.
And I did say I know people who got 3 kids, girl, walking to the store to get some groceries, paying all the bills on their own, going to work and everything, and still have time. But that's comparing pregnancies. I heard, so I'm not going to even. I'm gonna mind my business. Well, all this Rihanna got, I understand.
Rihanna never needed to walk to the store.
Right. That's why she said had a little bit more energy.
Oh my God!
Mike, that one. That was a good one.
Have a heart, Mike.
Look, she showed up on time.
Right.
Regina, she showed up on time, performed, looked great, showed her bump, and got paid. She won.
We know they don't get paid on Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
But the publicity, though.
She did. Her Fenty Beauty, when she put her mattifying thing on. That was a pay. She went up. Her sales went up by 833%.
That's
just
good.
For that moment. So she
winning.
Right, yeah.
Apple.
The NFL doesn't pay them because Mary J. Blige came out about that last year when she was performing. But she don't need that payment because she's getting more from her music.
Now with
I
Apple,
wouldn't pay Mary either.
Apple being the sponsor of the Super Bowl now, and them re-uploading the live performances. So that's another
check for her. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Aaron says, now I was thrilled to see a pregnant woman showing we can do it all.
Yes, you can.
Not up to everybody's standards, but we can do it.
Yes.
She will probably not get much sleep the night before or the day of, but she was there.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm telling you, like, that's okay. And Aaron says they could be Irish twins, less than a year apart. That's what they call it, Irish twins.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, Irish twins.
Okay.
Less than a year apart for the kiddos. And lastly, Regina says, I would love to have one of his coats.
It's so big and hot, though.
Yes.
Well,
and so speaking of Rihanna went on to say that her baby is FINE fine. And people are giving her backlash about this. Now, me personally, I think the baby is beautiful. He got his mama's forehead, but he still got some hair. He's a gorgeous looking child. I mean, if you look at A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, of course they're going to make a beautiful baby. Yes. And she's allowed to feel that way about her baby. It could be on the other side of the spectrum where it could be an ugly baby, and then people could be saying, well, girl, now, let's not go there because that baby don't look too good. No, it is a good looking baby, and she recognizes that. What's the issue with that? I understand where people can. I understand where people can say that's not a good thing to call a baby fine, but maybe she should have used another word. Maybe she should have said a beautiful baby or a gorgeous baby. But when we say fine, we typically associate that with grown men. So I guess that's the issue that people were having. What do y'all think about this?
I think people need to shut up and mind their business and just stop being so extra. Like, if I think my baby is fine, I think my baby is fine. You can't tell me a word to call my own child. Now, I will have her back for that because that was ridiculous. It's cutie, fine, pretty, cute, chubby, munchkin, whatever you want to call your child, then you can call it whatever you want to call your child. I don't see not calling it something like disrespectful, but no, people need to hush.
I think the main issue is that people are trying to make it seem as if she's trying to sexualize her child, which is not the case. Being fine is simply talking about how that child looks. And at the very end of the day, maybe a lot of people are upset because their parents never called them fine.
Right. And it could be a Barbados thing. Maybe people in Barbados call their kids fine.
And and at the very end of the day, who cares? At least she ain't saying her baby ugly.
Right.
Exactly.
And the baby's so cute and chocolate. I mean,
yes.
And I'm happy to see Rihanna in the mother light, the mothering light. I mean, I don't like Rihanna in those pictures. I feel like she's a little bit scary. Like she's giving Adam's family the mother for me, or the daughter. Letitia, yeah. Is that what she was doing? Yeah. Is that what she was going for? Because she won. But the baby was so cute.
She was going for the dark and mysterious.
Yeah, and I'm glad she kept the baby looking like a baby. Like she didn't put like Jordans or anything on him. Baby was actually naked, and I think only one kid had the diaper on. Like she kept it being a baby. So I'm glad. Yeah, it was a cute photo shoot.
They didn't try to turn the baby into a little man.
Yeah.
And I just think that people are just trying to sexualize that whole situation with her calling her baby fine. That's
I'm really happy she's sharing it with us.
All that is a personal problem.
Absolutely.
And y'all need Jesus help. Life.
Right.
You know what the thing is? Social media now, when they see one comment that gets a lot of likes, then they start also jumping on that bandwagon. I really think, and I hate to go back to the pregnancy thing, I really think it's not one woman said that, and then everybody just kind of jumped on that. Because I know that everybody just didn't feel the same exact way. Means of women who didn't have kids felt the same way. But I think they just take one thing for somebody who got a lot of likes, and then they just jump on that same bandwagon. Because I really can't believe people thought a mother calling her own child fine was such a huge issue, which I don't understand.
It's ridiculous. People just want to be mad. People enjoy being upset, and especially, I believe it's mostly an outward indication of the lack of self-esteem they have for their own self, or when they look at their own child. That's just a problem. Accolades that they never received, and that's not Rihanna's problem. So leave her alone. Her and that baby, the innocent, alone.
Let her be.
And so, speaking of the Super Bowl, there were quite a few fans who were suggesting that Usher should probably be the next performer of the halftime show. Now, I would agree with this sentiment. I do believe that he does have the resume. He does have the hits. He will put on a show. I mean, I'm not sure if he's still in Vegas, but he's still out here doing his thing, performing and whatnot. Do you guys think that would be a good pick for the next show? And if not, who do you think should be it instead?
So, yeah, the topic was Usher do it, and then people were saying that he doesn't have enough crossover hits.
What?
A lot of people saying that he doesn't have a lot of crossover hits, like pop hits. And I was saying, what Usher y'all talking about? Because Usher has a lot of pop hits.
Crossover hits. I mean, it's not like he's cursing. Basically all his songs to me are like R&B pop to me. So I think Usher will put on. That's why he's in Vegas. Yes. But I think Usher will put on a phenomenal performance. I feel like he has a lot of hits. He's going to give that energy, that dancing. He's going to bring that Michael Jackson, Chris Brown feeling. He's going to bring a good soulful feeling, that good pop feeling. And I feel like Usher is a performer. He's going to have that stage is going to make sense. That voice is going to be pre-recorded or make sense. I mean, it's going to be top notch. And he's going to give us a performance. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To be honest, I believe they're gonna choose a
Caucasian.
Yeah, like because we've been kind of thank you, friend. I believe I believe we've taken over for a while, but if they do choose him, I think that's awesome as well. I think people are starting to really understand where the money's at, where we're going to really be paying attention, where the ratings are at, and I think they're going to be disappointing themselves if they choose otherwise.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I do agree that
African Americans will bring a good money. I think
I
think that lady who did Super Bowl already. What's her name? This is a part of me, and I am. Performance.
Absolutely, and I do agree with that. She did a great job. But no, I'm trying to figure out like who today.
Miley said, it hurts to raunchy. I know they can't give her on TV.
I can't think of nobody white that can do it right now.
I'm trying to say.
This be a
actually can.
Well, you know what? Taylor Swift.
And I was thinking Taylor Swift earlier, but I'm like, she's not going to put on a show. You're just going to hear her hits, and I would be.
She has a big fan base, though.
Yeah, and Erin, she's a Swiftie herself. Yes. Erin, could you tell us, like, do you think she would give like a really major show at the Super Bowl? But as far as Harry Styles, Tyrone, I don't think they would use Harry Styles because
we don't know him.
We really don't. He doesn't even have a number one in America.
Say what, Jonathan?
He hasn't even had a number one in America yet.
Yeah, he has.
But he won the Grammy for the best.
Yes.
He has.
Okay.
He has?
Yes. Yeah, I understand that y'all don't know him, but you have to remember, y'all don't pay attention to current music. You don't.
Oh, okay.
But if you look up Harry Styles and look at his number ones, he's had multiple number ones, and this is another album. I think maybe his third album that he's on right now that he actually won a Grammy on. Yes. So, not saying that everybody knows him, because apparently that's not the case. Correct. But he does have the pop hits. My thing is, I don't think that they would choose him because he's not American. But then again, they use Shakira and J-Lo.
We have Shakira, we have U2, we had Red Hot Chili Peppers before. It's not just American.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, Red Hot Chili Peppers ain't American? They're from California, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Anyway, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, they're from California, I think.
Californication, that's them. Anyway, Aaron says Taylor Swift is a performer. She would do it up big. I believe so too. I think she would do.
Okay.
She would do some work. She says her concerts are like a show. She brings theater music and she brings it.
I only like I like maybe two of her songs. Well, I think it was like her first song about she was sitting on a bench or something like that. I can't think of it. I was in high school when it came out, but I did like the song. It's like something. She wears short skirts. I wear t-shirts.
Yeah. You Belong With Me is my favorite Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, I do like that song.
Yeah.
When she turned, now I do kind of like Bad Blood.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one.
And I think she was talking about Katy Perry too.
But
because her and Katy Perry, they were beefing, and I think they still beefing.
A great song.
Yeah, and it was a great music video too.
Well, you know what, Regina said, have Janet Jackson back, but just secure her bra. Janet Jackson will never come back to the Super Bowl.
No.
They disrespected her too many times doing that one little thing, showing her breasts. Not everybody's showing their breasts.
Oh gosh.
And
Aaron says, now I do think if Janet came back, everyone would watch. Of course, everyone would watch.
Y'all can forget that though. She is not going to come back on Michael Jackson. She's not coming back. I can guarantee you that.
Not gonna do
that. You better say that on Michael Jackson. She ain't coming back. That's
she ain't coming.
Right.
I think also you have a chance for like some real rock groups to get up there.
The next one is not going to be a black person. I can tell you that. It's we've been black 2 years in a row.
Like what's the name? One of my favorite rock groups could go up there. Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy. I'd be here for it.
But then they're too little crazy. I think they might do it.
Nah, their music is kind of right on.
Right, especially right now.
The middle of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle.
What about Imagine Dragons?
Imagine Dragons could do it.
But I think they would have to group up with other people like Coldplay did. Because, Coldplay...
Thank God, because Coldplay was born.
Right.
Thank God for Bruno Mars and Beyonce. Thank God.
Okay.
Lord, Jesus, he was born.
I actually am a fan of the multi-performance artists.
I agree.
Halftime.
AC/DC.
Yeah, AC/DC could.
I think they already did it already.
It's a big possibility. I need to look that up.
I don't think AC/DC. Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, yes.
Yeah, they've done it.
Guns N' Roses have done it. I don't recall AC/DC.
Black Eyed Peas have done it, and they should have.
Black Eyed Peas.
They should have kept that.
Okay. But anyways, onto our final topic. So there's this viral. Well, I won't say it's a viral video, but there's a video of a young lady reaching out and grabbing Busta Rhymes' behind, and he turns around and throws a drink on her. And she said that she was just trying to get. I think she said she was just trying to get a photo with him. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a thing called personal space, and especially when you don't know somebody and you just up and grab their butt. Like what? I'm surprised you didn't hit her with a left hook, child, because that's the type of reaction that I would expect from a straight black man against a straight black man at that. Somebody who's on the hood side of things. I'm glad she didn't get backslapped, double backslapped. By the way, what do y'all think about this? Like personal space, y'all.
First of all, if it was Julius, it would never have happened. But I'm just gonna let that go. I mean, in today's climate, before I get to today's climate, any climate, you never go up there and just touch somebody you don't know behind, or anywhere on our body parts, anywhere, shoulders, hands, anything. You don't do that. But to touch a straight man's behind, what were you thinking? And then also, if the roles were reversed and he did it to a woman, it would be so many tabloids out right now of sexual assault, the Me Too movement. I mean, but nobody's saying anything about this. It's sad but she lucky all she got was that ice or whatever's in that water. I mean, whatever's in that cup.
Okay.
Because that was sad. Even this weekend, Glorilla somebody threw a jacket at Glorilla at a concert.
Yeah,
It's like
I loved her reaction to that.
I like her voice. Who did that? Who do that?
Don't you throw not now one more thing.
Okay.
I said yes. I love her.
Yeah. But it's getting ridiculous. These people are not just celebrities; they're real people. So you can't just get into their space.
I believe this person who did this, it was a part of her fantasy. She played it out in her head. It had a whole entire movie in her head of how it was going to go. And when she got met with this cup of drink,
it should have been hot.
In that moment, she realized
she effed up.
She effed up.
Right.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yes.
God bless her. But keep your hands to yourself, everybody, please.
Right. Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay.
Regina said Kiss. I think Kiss has already done the Super Bowl.
Where my eyes can see. Keep your hands.
Yeah, where my eyes can see.
Where my eyes can see.
He sang the song.
She gets in, but I don't think she's big enough yet. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Mikey.
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 Is that a
Mickey?
country?
No, it's well.
We'll figure it out. Regina said, I guess she be thinking Busta body be bussin'.
Booty be bussin'.
Booty be bussin'.
Busta booty be bussin'.
Oh, well, there's another one I might throw out.
She had the spirit of Michael Dark.
Okay.
Okay.
I got another
Child.
What's Jennifer ex-husband name?
Eric Williams?
Yeah, Eric Williams. I'm glad Busta took a stance and made his point. Yes, you don't do that. I mean, Busta Rhymes, you lucky that wasn't T.I. child.
Right. He should have hit it with a one hit quitter, honey.
Oh no, you lucky that wasn't what's that man name? Light skin with the braids right now. He didn't kick the girl before in the face. No, not the game. It's a light skin with braids. Baby, please, so you can calm me down. Oh my God.
Miguel?
No, not Miguel. You keep saying that same name now.
I thought you were talking about somebody else. My bad.
No, he's a rapper.
Braids.
Kevin Gates.
Oh. Wow.
Yes, that was Kevin Gates. Oh, she would have been in the hospital.
Okay.
Yes, she would have.
Oh yeah.
Yes, she would have. And yeah. That man frightens me a little bit. He a little bit too graphic sometimes.
And it's real thug.
He's very eccentric, I will say.
I kind of like
something
different
going on.
You like the German
a different breed, man.
I like it too. I kind of like it. Put a little fear in me.
and that's when we start to ask, what's wrong with us?
My God.
Where did the violence come from?
I just had one him to hit me now, but a little fear will hurt.
just the fear that it might happen, that he might. Yeah.
I'm not sure how sexy
we don't promote violence, you guys, on this show now. We just saying.
Especially not domestic violence.
These two
that's a problem.
Mike just wants just a hint of danger. Just a hint of danger.
I thought about to hit me, girl. How about that?
Regina said, reminds me of when, Will Smith smacked that man who tried to kiss him, Point Made.
He did.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So any more comments before we get out of here, Jeff?
That's all the comments I got.
All right. Mike, give us your social media contacts real quick here.
Yes, my name is Michael, and you can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, and also Twitter at Mr. Real 121. That's MRREAL 121. And all you cute, fine, young, black, or Italian, I'm open to that.
Go ahead and give them the age range.
You can be 30 to 45, or 50 if you're on a good day.
Okay.
And then you can always find me in my DMs on Twitter and also Instagram at MrReal121. And don't beat me there. Oh, I always get this wrong. Don't meet me there, but beat me there.
Yay. Ooh.
Oh.
All right, Jennifer, Tyrone.
Well, hello, I am the light of the Leo. I'm here to encourage you to be more of yourself every single day so that you can live a free life. Won't you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube at the light of the Leo? Go into youtube.com/@ the light of the Leo. And you can go on there for Instagram once again, as well as TikTok. You'll find me and you will be blessed and enjoy the conversation. Let your light shine with me, the light of the Leo.
It's your boy. It's Mr. TD McCullum right here coming at you. I am here providing some of the comic relief sometimes, but you can find me on your favorite platforms as Facebook, TikTok, and the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to all of your favorite musical and auditorial streaming platforms. I have 2 singles out. One is cover song of Drunk on Love from Rihanna's album, Talk That Talk album from 2011. And then I have an original composition called Groove With Me, which is the smooth jazz saxophones of yours truly and the native sound of Washington, D.C. Go. Check me out. Stream me. Even buy it if you like.
All right. So, all right, Jonathan. Oh, Terrence, change the things, please. Jonathan.
JoJo.
All right, and you guys can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is jojo_speaks3020. I'm also on Facebook, Jonathan Lee. You can email me, williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. Last but not least, again, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Make sure you leave us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, press the notification bell, and share. We will be back here next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, we're going to say bye for now. Bye, y'all. Hey, Phoebe.
Bye.
Y'all.